Hey, good morning now. How are we doing today? Let's get rid of that notification. You can see what's going on. We're going to learn a little bit about the metric system. Some of you, this is all review. This is easy, easy, easy. Others, if you just don't like the math or aren't really sure what's going on, that's fine. We're going to get to it. I bet you already know more about the metric system than you really think. What is the metric system? What's the imperial system? And here we go. Everything else, everybody else in the world, metric system, metric system. We are the lone holdouts in the U.S. really to use the standard system, the former British system. What was old, just old. The foot, the inch, the yard, the mile, the pound. We're it. Okay. So for length, let's start with something simple. Length. The metric unit of length is the meter. Okay. It's not the mile, it's not the inch, it's not the yard or whatever. It's the meter. There are centimeters, there are millimeters, there are kilometers, all those things. But the meter is the base. Okay? What about for mass? It's the kilogram. You want to go with the kilogram. It's actually not the gram. I know chemistry people may think it's the gram. Gram is the base. But when you're talking physics, you need the kilogram. Okay? Kilogram is the base unit for metric. It's not the pound. In fact, those are not really that equivalent unless you're on Earth. Time, it's a second. Metric has a unit for time. All right, so we've got meters, kilograms, and seconds. The MKS system, that's where we want to go to, but that's not where we're at. You're at pounds and feet, and so where do we go? How big's an acre? Anybody? I mean, you could farm, hectares or thousands of acres, but how big's 1 acre? It's defined as 1 yard by 1 furlong by 1 chain. A what? Yeah, furlong is actually a unit of length, and so is a chain. It's 220 yards by 22 yards. Because a furlong is 10 chains long. Nobody knows that crap anymore. Okay? It's over. We're past it. So in metric, it would be meters times meters, and you'd have square meters for area. For volume, meter by meter by meter, you'd have a cubic meter, which is like a stacked pallet or a washing machine. Think of a yard. Meters 39 and a half inches. Okay? So it's a long yard. Big step. 1 by 1 by 1. That's a cubic meter. All right, so that's volume. You may have heard the liter for volume, especially if you're familiar with chemistry, or the milliliter. Those are fine. Those aren't really all necessary. Okay. 8 fluid ounces make a cup, right? 2 cups in a pint, 2 pints in a quart, 4 quarts in a gallon. What? You're going to memorize all those twos, and it's all twos and fours. That's fine. What's metric? 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Always. You're always going up in steps of 10 to rename, or thousands to rename. Let's take a look. You know more metric prefixes than you think. If I said byte, okay? If I said byte, and you say, well, kilobyte. What's bigger than the kilobyte? Megabyte. And what's 1,000 megabytes? Byte, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte, and it goes on and on. But as soon as I say computer stuff, you've heard of those names, right? You knew them already. Here we go. Look here. Kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte, petabyte, and on and on and on up the scale here. Here is 1. Short scale is the name, if you will. Here is 1. We've got deca and hecto. Those are kind of rare. They're not used a lot anymore. Most of the time, you'll go straight to kilo. So if you have meter, 1,000 of those is a kilometer. And then 1,000 more is a megameter or a gigameter. So if you have a byte, 1,000 of those is a kilobyte. And 1,000 more is a megabyte. And 1,000 of those is a gigabyte. And up and up and up. Bigger, 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 bigger. Watch your exponents here. These first two, this is just 1, the unit 1. So this is 10 to the first. This is 10, 100, 1,000. But look, it goes 3. It skips to 6. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. These inside 2 right here, I'm pointing and you can't see right here. These 2 are kind of exceptions. And then after that, metric only names every third one. 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and on up. All right, which we kind of do anyway. 1,000, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. We don't name 20 trillion. There's not a new name for that. It's just 20 trillion. All right, let's go the other way. Let's shrink it down. Centimeter, millimeter, micrometer, micrometer, nanometer. What's a millisecond? What's a nanosecond? Same prefixes already apply. You are already familiar with some of these. Again, the first 2, deci, so a decimeter or a decibel. A decibel is actually 1/10 of a bell. It's a decibel. A centi, a milli. Deci is not used much for anything. Centi is used in length, obviously. But then again, it goes, after you get to the third one, milli, you only name every 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, going on down. A picosecond or a picometer, a femto, atto, super, super small. Be careful out here when you're saying these. 10th, 100th. Make sure you don't say, this is 100, this is 100th. You have to emphasize some of that TH on the end there. 1,000th, millionth, billionth. So a nanosecond is 1 billionth of a second. All right. So this is a crazy chart. This is just to get you comfortable with the prefixes and things you've seen. There's going to be an assignment on Canvas to see how you convert from things. I'm going to do a second video on conversions. See how you are on that. This is just the intro to metric. Then there's a conversion video. Guys, keep up. Have a good day.